Parker, is Jana's new set on the website? Is Jana's new sign bundle on the website?
I don't think so.
Can you add it?
I can move. Do you know what bundle it is?
She messaged it to us this week.
Oh yeah, I didn't say that.
Can you do that?
Sure.
Thanks. What's up, y'all? So y'all, okay, so we made those flowers over the last few videos, and people were asking questions about the character board. They wanted to know if they could put one of the large signs on the character board, and I've never done it, so I don't know. I would imagine this would go better with E6000, but all my E6000 is at the warehouse and not here. But we're gonna see what happens. So I do know that if you're using the 11.75 or 12-inch sign, it is larger than the board. So it's gonna cover up more of the holes than you would want. But I think if you still added a zip tie here and then one on the outside, let me show you what I'm talking about. So this round of holes is gonna be covered. But I think if you got a zip tie here, and you put a zip tie on the outside, like this, and you put 2 ruffles in there, you would have really good coverage on the outside of this board to go around these signs. So tonight, I'm just gonna see if our DAP Rapid Fuse will hold the metal onto the plastic. I think you should probably use E6000, but why not try it, y'all? What's the worst that could happen? We are in the chateau. If you guys are new around here, this is where all of our Facebook Lives started. So y'all, I'm just gonna take some of our Rapid Fuse and just add it here. Like I was saying, I would probably use E6000 for a stronger hold. All right, gonna take it and I'm just gonna center it right in there. All right, y'all, and then I'm just gonna put this off to the side with something heavy sitting on top of it to see if it sticks. And if it works, we'll put the ruffles on there over the weekend, y'all. And if it doesn't stick, we'll try again with E6000, see what happens. All right, the other thing, people were asking me, do I think hot glue would work? I would not hot glue metal at all. Hot glue and metal is just not gonna stick. I don't have my hot glue turned on. Or I would show you. Like, you can literally take a metal sign, put hot glue on it, wait for it to dry, and it'll peel right off. Okay, the other thing people were asking me about was the large flower boards. Y'all, I have never made a flower on the large flower board. So, I couldn't answer them. So tonight we're gonna make a large flower and see what happens. That means we gotta cut. We gotta cut. Y'all, our zip ties are also back in stock. If you've been waiting on them, it's $1.99 for 100. It's the ones that I used tonight. We're gonna need wire cutters. Guess we'll be using the old faithful ones because I don't see any of our new ones here. It is what it is, y'all. You love the shirt? Thank you. All right, so if I counted right, there's 16 on the outside, and then 8 on this row, and then we'll have 8 in the middle, which gives us 32. And then we have 8 on this row. You can put holes on the metal signs, you can, y'all, and you can use a metal hole punch to do that. Y'all, little side note, we have metal hole punches on the way to DecoExchange. So this is a metal hole punch. It literally would just poke a hole right in the metal. I personally don't like doing that if you can see the holes, but some people do. All right, y'all, you're gonna have to hang out while we cut some mesh. What's the link for the O Ship class? HowtoshipaWreath.com. Carrie said it's his first time. Her first time. Somebody. His or her first time. I don't know. I can't see your profile photo.
I have to request a custom quote because we have too many products.
That's rude.
So that's not happening. That was
Can you delete one of the old products?
looking right now.
All right. So we are going to measure this. Well, if we don't do this part, we're going to get in trouble. So Mel will fuss at us, right? So this first little messy edge, we're going to go ahead and cut that off. Y'all, guess what? We're too far away. We got to go this way. I'm going to need an extension cord on this thing. All right, so we're going to use our wood burner. Y'all, I looked at getting wood burners, but our buyer asked me way too many questions. So wood burners will be from the Walmart. All right. So we are going to cut these at 10 inches. So I'm just going to lay it on the 20 and cut over here on the 30. Y'all, and whenever you cut, the most important thing is just to stay between the lines. It doesn't matter if it's not perfectly straight, but it does matter if you cross into the zones. Uh-oh. It also matters if you don't cut all the way. You love the Walmart. So we used to, a long time ago, I worked with a lady who was from Brooklyn, and she put the in front of everything. Like the online, the Walmart, and it just kind of stuck. Pauline, you can watch the replay. That is right on the sales page. It tells you that you'll be able to watch the replay whenever you want. Y'all, I can't look at this screen and use the wood burner at the same time. It's a little... I also don't know why it's not cutting on the first pass. You're having a hard time finding a glass cutting board. I literally went to Amazon and typed in tempered glass cutting board, and thousands of options showed up. Y'all, Debbie Romero mentioned today in the O Ship class that she saved $37 on her very first shipment in there. Nothing like seeing 100% return on your investment. Your wood burner was your son's? Listen, I bought multiple wood burners and I've thrown them away. This is the only one that hasn't went to the trash yet. Connie says she can't see any comments about her own. Connie, sometimes Facebook's just giving you a hint, friend. I'm just kidding. Y'all, me and Connie like to harass each other. Jennifer, no, I'm not going to do that on this one. So if I was going to do that petal, I wouldn't use poly burlap. Poly burlap is really expensive, just to be honest with you. So I wouldn't want to fold in and lose that much of the poly burlap. Y'all, poly burlap is like twice as expensive as regular mesh. But it's because it's a thicker, higher quality mesh. Y'all, we're gonna need 32 of these. You got your glass board at Walmart? Amazon is just so much more convenient right now than stores, with all the stores running out of stuff so fast. Because when you're shopping on Amazon, if they're out, you just go to the next one. Thanks for helping answer each other's questions in the chat, y'all. I'm trying not to look away, because if I look away, we might burn down the chateau. Alright, I'm kind of bored with cutting, so we're probably going to stop cutting for a minute and make some petals, and then we'll come back. Y'all, if you're like me and you get bored doing the same thing over and over again, don't be scared to like stop halfway, work on something else, and then come back to it. I personally don't smell anything when I cut the poly burlap, and I never had the COVID, so if it smelled, I should smell it. All right. So on the board, I'm not going to use the outside edge. Let's make our petal. We're going to just fold it tip to tip. I like the look of it with that little extra tug here. And then just fold them in. We're gonna add our petal in there. Y'all, so it was recommended to me that you should do it like a finger length before you tighten it. But I don't really like the rules a whole lot, so. We have a couple hundred of these boards left in stock at DecoExchange. We do have another order in, so hopefully we get some more soon. Y'all, tonight we're gonna put the petals and have the little cups coming up. Last night we tried it with the cups down. How am I tonight? I'm good. Nope, O-Ship is its own thing. It's not part of business or creative coaching. Has anyone tried the board from Walmart? What kind of board does Walmart have? Your edges aren't always even. Make sure you cut it into a square. If it's not exactly square, your square is not going to be square. Will I be getting any ivory colored mesh? Listen, we got about 500 rolls of ivory mesh and it was sold out in like 20 minutes. So I don't know. Terry, you're not a wreath maker, so it's all magical. It's all fun. Did I think the petals looked any different? I thought it was a lot flatter when I put them in there and all the cups were facing down. Haven't made a rose? No, that looks like too much work for me. Vicky, as soon as I pack and ship them. Will I be getting Lori's middles for the character boards? I don't know what you're talking about. How do I get this software downloaded for the O-Ship class? There's no software to download. Just follow the instructions that are there for you. Oh, she has vinyl stickers. We will have vinyl stickers, but they're not Lori's. flower making machine lately? I am using the products that people can get. Awesome, Vicky. Y'all, so here's the thing. We started making a few flowers, and then I started getting a lot of questions that I couldn't answer. And I'm not about that life. And if I'm going to sit here and make a wreath, y'all might as well be joining me. There's no reason for me to do it by myself. Carrie, you don't need a printer unless you're going to actually unless you want to print a shipping label. All right, we have 4 more on the outside here. Sounds like you guys are talking about creative coaching. Thank you for answering those questions. What kind of mesh is this? It's the same as the Magnolia. It's called poly burlap. Y'all, this one is the fuchsia on the website, and we had a lot of it in stock. I really wanted to do another color, but I only had 3 rolls in stock, and I was gonna take 2 of them. And then y'all would have been like, well, we can't make it. All right, 2 more. What tip did I use for the wood burning tool? The tip that came with it. I don't have a great answer for you there. No center yet? Okay, so we're gonna try using Deco mesh in the center. Melissa, these would be great kits for you because you can get these locally. All right, let's go ahead and cut all our zip ties. Y'all, if y'all don't know Melissa, Melissa is the kit queen. I think she does like 3 kits a day, y'all. Melissa, and you do your own signs, so you can make little mini signs for the centers. I bought some 3.5-inch metal, sublimation metal today to see if we can do some flower centers. Yeah, Parker's up here, y'all. You guys can hear him typing in the background. All right, so I think we're gonna do this just like we did last night, where we could do another row of pink, and then we're gonna do, I grabbed this pink and white to layer on top of it. But we only have 4 left, so we gotta cut some more. Rochelle, I'm not doing a bow in the center. Thank you, Dan. All right, we have 4. I need 4 more to complete that row, and then I need 8 more. So y'all, let's just go ahead and cut our next 12. So Parker has a gaming keyboard, so it's extra loud when he types.
I'm sorry, we're in less space right
Um, They said you were power typing, but you're really just typing like you normally
no, I'm
do.
power typing because I'm getting a little.
That says after nap typing, y'all. So y'all, they're working on getting a new sign bundle listed.
Don't make any promises, please.
They're working on it. So if you're ever shopping at DecoExchange.com and you see sign bundles, y'all, we don't actually ship you those bundles. They come from other small businesses. So we're able to partner with other sign makers in the community. And whenever you buy the bundle off the website, it all gets added to your cart with us, and then that bundle order goes to them, and they ship it to you directly. So it's our way of, continuing to support the community without us having to hold all their product. Y'all, does anyone know how many we just cut? Because I wasn't counting. Let's just see. Yeah, there's no smell to me cutting the poly burlap. Now, whenever I tried cutting the regular mesh, it was more plasticky, and I could smell that. But maybe ask someone who cuts a lot. All right, so we cut it into a 10-inch square, folding tip to tip. Give it a good little pinch. All right, now we're gonna work it into the second row. That's a wood burner. Now on this board, they do have the connected, they have extra holes in it. I'm gonna try not to use them and see what happens. Y'all, if you haven't yet, feel free to share our video. You should see a little share button at the bottom of your chat. Just press it. So whenever the petals were the other way, they didn't have this extra dimension in them. Right? So the petals all kind of stayed flat, which was kind of nice. You're so in love with this pink? Yeah. Y'all, so it's kind of late to do pink for spring, but don't forget your pinks should stay out through October for breast cancer awareness. Beverly, yeah, like I mentioned, there's no software to download. Just follow the instructions that are in the group and you'll be ready for Saturday. Shared, oh, thank y'all. So Facebook has been a little crazy lately. So sharing the video definitely helps us out. This is the large board. Yep, so if you missed the very beginning, we were sold out of small boards. People were asking us about how to do the large board. Would it look the same? And I couldn't answer them because I've never done one before. So here we are, working on the large board to see if we like it more, if we like it less, if the flower looks the same, if it's bigger, smaller. Who knows? Patricia, you'll have to go to DecoExchange.com and see what ribbon we have in stock. What's happening Saturday? We're doing a workshop on how to reduce the price of your wreath shipping. And some of the students are already in there and they're already making sales, so they're just testing out the programs without even us going over the class yet. And some have already saved $30, $60, $70 on shipping, which is crazy cool. The wood burner that I have is Chandler. Y'all, I literally just grabbed it off the Walmart shelf. All right, so we've done our first row and our second row. Gonna snip these. Y'all, now we have to cut our other mesh. People are gonna be crazy about it again, y'all. Luckily, we only need 8 pieces. Am I getting the rail board? I don't think so. So we recommend the rail from Hot Mesh Mom. So I don't want a conflict of interest with myself. It's the only rail that I've ever used. It's the only one I ever recommend. All right, so this is a poly burlap, but this one is the wider squares. And we're gonna put this as the next layer. So I do this. It gets a lot of people's panties twisted, and I'm okay with it. But I'm gonna go ahead and trim off these edges. What's the point of using the wood burner tool if you're gonna leave crazy edges, y'all? We only have to cut 8, so it's gonna be fun. All right, so I'm gonna measure from the outside line, which is 36, back to 26. I'm gonna cut as close as I can to the inside. And then I'm gonna trim off this one. All right, so measuring out our 10 inches. I don't think I would ever do this for the whole board just because it would take a really long time. But with me only using 8, it's worth it. For me personally. We didn't spend all that time making pretty ruffles to half-ass this one, y'all. What am I trimming off? So whenever you cut this edge, let me show you. Whenever you cut this edge, it leaves this little fringe right here. Right? Can you guys see it under my hand right now? And I don't want it to be there. Like we spent 20 minutes cutting all that pink mesh so it has a nice clean edge. And then we're gonna leave this one. I'm out, friends. Y'all, I will tell you though, whenever you go to brush it off, the glass is hot, so be careful. Now, if you have a thinner tip, like mine's not thin, mine's really thick, you could probably get away with really carefully going between these lines. But if I do it, here I'll demonstrate. If I do it, the tip is so big that it burns both pink lines. And then it's messy. So if you had a fine tip, maybe it would work, but the chisel tip that I got isn't cut out for that job. How many did we cut so far, y'all? 3, 4, 5. So potential, I don't have the right tip on my wood burner. But I can guarantee you I'm not going to grab that tip and attempt to change it out right now. I've been making wreaths. I've been us wireframe deco mesh. I received offers on some of my wreaths. I don't know how much to charge for them. It started off as a hobby. Ava, if you need help, you can join our business coaching group at learnfromdamon.com. All right. Can you see a close-up of the tip that I'm using? All right, let's put these pink ones on our flower. All right, so we have our square. Once again, we're just gonna go tip to tip. All right, so right now, if we hadn't trimmed off those edges, right here, you would see all those like scraggly pieces. So you would see them on this side and you would see them on this side. Kelly, I've never had anyone not want to pay what my wreath is worth. I just make sure I'm selling to the right people. But on Etsy, no one's ever sent me a message and said, hey, will you take $50 off that price? They just buy it. I do not sell the wood burning tool. The pooling just creates questions, and questions are engagement, and engagement is what you want on social media. Y'all, let me tell y'all a little secret about Veronica. So Veronica just sold a whole bunch of stuff to a producer in LA. So some of her featured stuff is going to be featured in a movie, but we don't know what movie. So everyone keep your eyes open for movies coming out. How long have I been making wreaths? Since 2013, 14-ish. So on the website, these will both show up under poly burlap. Our petals are turned up tonight. Kelly, I try not to sell anything to anyone local. I only sell online. And I don't have to talk to any of them. I list it, take some pretty pictures, ship it to them. If you're struggling with your business, you can always join us at learnfromdamon.com and check out business coaching. This is poly burlap, yep. Y'all, somehow we cut just enough of these pink petals without counting. Hey. I thought I was going to be one short. Y'all, we actually, this week, we reached 18,000 sales on Etsy. All right, one more petal to go with this can. I had been telling people like, oh, we've done 17,000 sales on Etsy. And then I logged in like, oh, congratulations, you made 18,000 sales. I'm like, oh, yay for 2021. All right, now we're gonna trim out these. We've done a lot more sales on our website than on Etsy though. We've passed 105,000 sales off the website. But listen to me closely. You don't need a website until you have an audience. If you don't have an audience, don't waste your money on a website. All right, in the center, we are gonna do the shared holes situation. I like to call them bridging holes because shared holes sounds not like something we really want to do, y'all. Just saying. All right, so what does that mean? That means that you have a zip tie in the holes that's supposed to be there, and then you connect the dots in between. The MS Parker in the background saying D. All right, got one in there. Y'all, I think we got somewhere around 2,000 bags of zip ties today. After a long battle with customs. Evidently, they needed a better description of what was in the box. It was 2,000 zip ties, y'all. Will I post what colors I'm using? Fuchsia, and sold out. So if you just go to DecoExchange.com and you type in poly burlap, 2 words, you'll see all the colors that we have in stock. All right, on the center here, let's make sure we have an all 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y'all, we're 1 short. We gotta cut 1 more. So we used, y'all, I'm going to say we used the whole roll of poly burlap because there's not a left to do anything but like one more petal. So if I was going to do just the single color, I would have needed 2 rolls because there's not 8, there might be 8 cuts left on here, but I don't think so. I think it would have taken me 2 rolls, like 1 and like a couple more cuts. I like working with whatever type mesh I need for the project. That's it. There's no specialty mesh. There's no anything crazy. All right, corner to corner. Then we're gonna fold it one more time. So, yeah, we're gonna do that. All right. Then I'm just gonna pinch this right in the middle. And we've got the little baby petal again. Y'all, let's just trim the edge and just see if we like it better. All right. So last night when we had all those long tips in the center, it was really hard to get all of our ends in there. So I'm gonna try trimming the edge tonight and see if it works out better. We'll see. If we have light pink, it'll be at DecoExchange.com under poly burlap. Now, if you're gonna trim it, make sure you don't trim it too much. Because if you trim it too much, you're gonna cut the stuff that you need to hold it together. Y'all, I am gonna go every other petal first, or every other zip tie, and then I'll go back and add the middle ones. If you add 3 green leaves, we will. I have green mesh tonight. So a door is 36 inches. Or a typical front door is, y'all, we did that wrong. A typical front door is 36 inches. So 36 inches is all the way out here. So we have plenty of room to go. A small front door is 32 inches. So that would still be out to here. So plenty more room to go. It wasn't hot here today. It rained a lot. Dogs didn't appreciate it. It's calming to watch. I don't think all people would agree with that. Trim these out of our way. How thick is this flower? This thick. 4 inches. All right, fold it. Your dog slept right through it? I mean, they slept through it, but normally they get to spend a couple hours outside every day. And they can't when it's raining. Well, once you order, just make sure you're on DecoExchange.com. Y'all, how many of you guys are going to join us Saturday? I love that you guys are telling me that we can see the board. Like, I can't see the board. We're going to fix it. Don't worry. It's more of those seasoning people, y'all. Buy a tree. What are we gonna do with a tree? Y'all, if you don't know what we're talking about, on Saturday we're teaching a class about how to reduce the price of your shipping, how to calculate shipping, how to get your customers the best shipping rate, and how to make sure that your shipping rates aren't killing your customers. All right, we have one more pink petal for the middle to go. Y'all, also last night you were looking at the board from the top down. Tonight you're looking at it from the side. So it's gonna make a difference. So poly burlap, what we have will be at DecoExchange.com. You just type in poly burlap in the search bar and you'll see exactly what we've got. How do you sign up? You just go to howtoshipaWreath.com. Angie, if I had to guess, that $65 shipping will only be less than $25 if you follow our process. All right, let me zoom out for a second. So see how you can see the board here because you're looking at it at an angle, but look at what happens whenever you look at it from the front. And if there's still some places where you look and you think, oh, I can still see some of my board, y'all, you can take your petals and separate them just a little bit to give you twice as many on that row. Or you could have, if you wanted to, added petals to those other holes. Glenda, if you're not good with computers and you're scared to sign up, how are you ever going to do it by yourself without us teaching you how? So you're never going to go anywhere with your business because you're scared of technology whenever we're giving you the chance to watch step by step how to do it. One of the petals were a little derpy. Hang on. There we go. That's better. What petal is that? Is it this one? Yeah. Perfect. All right. Now, center. What to do. So I will tell you, if you want to make your own center, they have these little bitty circles. They're from the Dollar Tree. These are 4.8 inches wide. This is, you get 2 for $1. And you can paint these if you want. I don't have any paint available. But, you know, you could take this and you could use craft paint and you can paint it yellow. Then this would fit right in the center. Paint it yellow, paint it brown, paint it whatever color you want. We did have these really large centers in stock, but I think they already sold out. So these are just styrofoam and they have, looks like paper shavings on them. And you could add that right in the center if you wanted to. This one's really big. So we could have skipped this whole petal with this center. So I think this would be really pretty on a large sunflower. Right? Let's look at, look, the bright yellow mesh with this dark brown center. So I've been saving like 5 of these for sunflowers, but I haven't made one yet. So what I found is this black with the not the jute in it. And I want to see what this looks like in the center. And if this don't work, I don't have a backup plan, so. All right. Trying to think about what we're gonna do here. You can absolutely use a Christmas ball. I didn't have a Christmas ball that matched. So here's a Christmas ornament. Right? So you could glue that Christmas ornament right in the middle. Could you cover this with window pane mesh? Well, if you do that, it's going to be very see-through. It's window pane. So we're going to see about making a ruffle. And then we're going to try to put that ruffle in the center and see what it looks like. A pine cone? I do have a pine cone. I just threw a bunch in the trash. But they're all baby pine cones. See? Little bitty. So you could absolutely put a pine cone in the center. That's what we did with the Magnolia. We just put a little pine cone right there. All right, so I want to see what our options look like here. If I was a rotary cutter, here we are. All right, so right in the very center, they have 2 dots, or 2 holes. So I am going to see if I can get a pipe cleaner in there. Peggy, make sure you spell wreath correctly. Wreath does not have an E at the end. So I'm gonna just use this shish kebab stick to try to push that through there and not stab myself if possible. All right, I know it came through, but where did it go? Found it. All right. So I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna curl in those edges. Get it nice and tight. All right, so that looks a little big, right? So let's see if we fold it in half first and then try to ruffle it, what happens? What am I doing to lose weight? Just eating less. All right, so we folded the 10-inch in half. And we got just a little bitty baby ruffle. Getting that as tight as we can. Y'all, I might put one more ruffle on there going the opposite direction. Gonna make this one smaller. Oh, you know what else would have worked? Hang on. Okay, so that's cute. We just gotta trim that pipe cleaner out. But what if we would have done it like this? Hang on. We're not done yet. How much weight have I lost? I don't know, probably somewhere around 25 pounds. All right. So now we're gonna take it and we're gonna fold it in half. We're gonna fold up each end and we're gonna ruffle it, but towards the bottom. Okay, so it looks like that. And then we're gonna take a zip tie and we're gonna zip tie towards the bottom. Okay. Y'all, now you have the pretty ruffle on the top and a base on the bottom. Let's trim our zip tie. Let's pop this out. Since we know what this looks like, right? This would work. So just imagine if this was gone. That works, right? Tubing would also work, yep. Pop that out. All right, y'all, I am actually going to make sure that's tight. Hang on. Make sure that's tight. Grab that tip and just tighten it a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna trim this so that it's nice and square. Like that. And then you could hot glue this tip right down into the center. To give you a nice brown flower center. Y'all, and I'm thinking I may even tighten that up some more. Right? So like this, it's still pretty big. But y'all, what if we tighten it up like this? Add another zip tie. Right? We're just gonna add another zip tie. Higher up. We can test it. That looks better. Get that as tight as we can pull it. All right, trim off that tip. Now we're gonna trim this down again. Make sure you leave a little bit of mesh between that zip tie and the end. If you don't, it may pop out. All right, y'all, I'm gonna dig through here. Right, because we have all those little tips right in the center. So I'm just gonna make a little hole right in there. That way, whenever I add, oh, y'all, no one told me I didn't have the glue gun on. Now we gotta wait for that. Okay, but for real, how many of y'all have scrap mesh laying around everywhere? Y'all, look at all the mesh I have right here. I've got white that I could have used in the center, brown, cream. Y'all, while we're waiting, let's make another one with this and see what that looks like. Because we gotta wait for the glue gun to heat up. Also, if you don't fold it in half, let's not fold it in half. Let's just do the one single, do our ruffle, then fold it in half so that we get a fuller center. Get where we want to tighten it up to. Y'all, the worst part is cutting this off. Right? Then we could glue this little guy right in the center and fluff it out. So if your glue is hot enough and you put it on the plastic, it should start to melt that plastic. Then you should be able to get that plastic to melt to each other. Am I still giving ribbon away? We give away a box every Sunday. I have the box already packed for next Sunday. It's right there. Y'all, it includes this really pretty, really expensive ribbon. Let's check on our glue gun. It's not ready yet, y'all. What's up, Nancy Brand? Y'all, I also found this little bee. So you could totally add little things like this onto your flowers. Yeah, I don't like the tubing pom-poms, just being honest. That's why I don't do them. But if you like them, absolutely add them in your wreaths. How do you potentially win a box on Sunday? All you have to do is be a member of our text message list. So just text me at 504-553-3451. So you can add a little bee if you want. I'm not personally a fan of adding things to them, so I just leave mine as a flower. Let's check our glue gun, y'all. All right, we're in business. So I am going to highly load the amount of hot glue that goes right into that center. And then I'm gonna work it right down in there. Now make sure your hot glue is super hot, that way it melts both of them together. Carrie, it's 504-553-3451. You can add florals and greenery too. You want to add florals to your flower wreath, Connie? Connie, stay off the sauce, friend. All right, but y'all, I unplugged the wood burner and we haven't made our leaves yet. So we plug that back in. Turn off our glue gun. All right, I like the little mush ruffle in the center. Y'all, there's a whole Michael's bag right here that's never been opened. What y'all think's in there? All right, I'm also not gonna save all that. I was looking to see if I had any green already open right here, but I don't think I do. All right, so let's cut our outside petals. Y'all, still just 10-inch squares. Hopefully this is still hot. How many green leaves should we put? Hey now, don't fall over. All right, so if we flip it over, we will see that we have a lot of holes all the way around the edge. We're not putting one in every hole. So let's count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Too many. Let's do 4. Uh-oh. Y'all, sometimes if you're not careful, it melts back together. So this is called moss green. I either had moss green or lime green, and I wasn't gonna put lime. But if you want to use lime, you sure can. Tempered glass, I would just go to Amazon.com and put in tempered glass cutting board. Y'all, guess what I didn't do? Anything right? So first we need to add some zip ties. All right, on this zip tie, we are not gonna close it. So I am putting one, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, putting a zip tie. 1, 2, 3, 4, putting a zip tie. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we can't do the same petal that we've been doing. So let me think about this. All right, so on the outside frame, it's like this. So on the outside frame, you have your zip tie. You have your zip tie. And that zip tie is going around the outside of the board like this. So if you close it and you make your normal petal, like you'd have to put it just wouldn't work. Right? So we can't close it. So what we have to do is we have to put our zip tie in there open. We have to leave our mesh open, and then we're gonna scrunch it right down the center to make it look like a little Mardi Gras mask. Then we're gonna put that in the zip tie and tighten it. Right? Then you can just work those outside edges out like this. All right. I wanted to show you guys on this board because you can't see what I'm doing on this one. Y'all, who thinks that when we do that over here, someone's gonna be like, how'd you do that? I can't see. Just wait. All right, so we got our square. We're gonna ruffle it down the middle. Fold it back this way. Y'all, I think I'm gonna turn mine so it's like this. On this side. Oh, you know what else you could do, I bet? I bet you. Hang on. I bet you could noose it. Bet you could noose it. Let's see. So what if you made your zip tie first? Like this. Then you squeezed it down and you slip it in the hole. So you're gonna have some down here. That may not. You would have to have it going this way. And then it wouldn't lay flat on the door. But this is what I was thinking. So if you had it like this, and you had the zip tie like this, and the head was bigger than the hole, you could then take your petal and slip it in the little noose, and then you could tighten it and it would stay. But that'll only work if it can't slide back out the hole. Right? But if you did that, then you would potentially have a hazard on your customer's door. Because whenever you cut that, there's a little sharp edge. And then that could potentially scratch someone's door, y'all. So I probably wouldn't do that. It'll also make your board wobbly, right? So right now the board fits flat on their door. If you had all those little bumps on the back, it would not be flat. Put it on the top. Let me know how it works out for you. There has to be something that keeps it from sliding back out. Why would you sit there and burn a hole when all you have to do is zip tie sideways like I did the first time? Okay, so you guys were upset that I was taking an extra 2 seconds to trim off the edges. We are burning extra holes. The Halloween Center was from DecoExchange. Can't you reverse that and make it work? Give it a shot. Let me know how it turns out. My engineering brain says no. Friends. Okay, listen. The only way it works is if, hang on. Let's just talk about it. If you make your zip tie like we did and you slide it in the hole, okay? And you put something in the top and you tighten it. Here, I'll show you. You put something in the top and you tighten it. there's nothing to stop it from popping back out, right? So you have to have something on the back side that's larger than the hole. I don't care what you see, what it hides, what you don't see. If something on this end is not larger than the hole, whenever you tighten it, it's just gonna pop out. You guys can't even see on the screen, sorry. Right, look. Whenever you tighten it, it's just gonna pop out. So it works this way because the head of your zip tie won't slide out through the hole, right? So whenever you do it this way, your mesh is on this end and the head of the zip tie is on this end. And it'll just fight each other and it'll stay together. Use a pipe cleaner, absolutely. Same problem. Put a nub on the back, then you're also adding that chance to scratch someone's door. So I'm glad you guys are trying to think outside the box. Bring it back in. Watch. All you're gonna do is take your zip tie, go right here, fold your mesh, do a little pinch so the leaves point out. And zip tie it. Tighten it. Your leaves are perfect. Michelle, go for it, friend. Whole science is hard, I get it. All right, let's move on. Y'all, and then I said we were gonna put our petals upside down, and I put the first petal leaves up, so we're just going with it. Let me get a sip of my water, cause all right. Crinkle down the middle. Thanks, Carrie. How big did we cut the mesh? 10 inches. Could you put the leaves in first? Absolutely. Nancy Brown, come visit us. All right, I think the flower is done. So the only thing that we have left to do is find our hanging holes up here. Did we get those signs listed, Parker?
Yes.
I heard how he was all hostile.
Yeah, that was literally like a 3-hour undertaking. I hope you are aware of how much effort I just put in all that.
Parker, we've only been live for 1 hour and 44 minutes.
Yeah,
so...
well, I charged overtime.
Vicky, I challenge you to go live after this and do it. Let us know how it works out. Okay. Listen. I know that some of you guys like to put your zip ties to hang it from. My science brain also says that's a bad idea. But you can, if you want. I am not. I'm going to do pipe cleaners, and this is why. So whenever you put in your zip tie in the hanging holes, and you have the little thing for the customers to hang on, y'all, if the customer has a child, and the child walks by and pulls down on the board, it's going to cause tension, and it's going to tighten. Right? And it could potentially tighten up so close on the door it's hard for them to take off. Or the child may knock it off, and then the zip tie is so tight that they can't get it back on. Then they're going to email you and say that your flower is defective because they can't get it to hang. So tension on a zip tie makes it close. That's how they work. So I don't do that. I just use a pipe cleaner. Work it through the little hole. How many of y'all have ever been at a craft show and people walk up to your wreaths and the first thing they do is they pull on it, they try to flip it over to see the back? What are the chances that that zip tie is not going to tighten up on the display? Yo, after being in business for this long, I always think, what is this going to do for customer service? And if I can avoid customer service issues, we try. Right? So with this way, it doesn't matter how hard you pull on it, it's not gonna pop off or move or rotate. But I'm telling you, if you've ever done a craft show, y'all, people have no respect. They're gonna walk up to it, they're gonna be pulling on your stuff, see if it comes apart, they flip it over. And then make you wanna cuss at them, but you don't, because you're not supposed to. no chance if you snip it off. You're right, you can absolutely snip it off, and then the customer is going to email you and say there's no way to hang it on their door. Been there, done that. How big is the finished flower? This one is 26 by 26. You have your first craft fair coming up. You're nervous? Don't be nervous. Just be prepared for exciting times. All right. Y'all, this is the one that we attempted to just glue a center on. So y'all, this is a metal center. Oh, we also have the other stuff to show y'all, since Parker got them listed. All right, so y'all, I just took one of our metal signs that we just recently sold. I put DAP Rapid Fuse on here. I don't know that I would trust DAP Rapid Fuse only. I would probably put E6000, and then I would put a couple DAPs of the Rapid Fuse just to hold it in place until it cured. But I do have some Halloween mesh. So let's see what it looks like with a ruffle. Y'all, we're not going to do the whole wreath. We're just going to try a few ruffles and then peace out. Mainly because I don't have a lot of Halloween mesh here. All right. So I'm going to measure this out to 20 inches. Y'all, you could absolutely add ribbon to this too if you wanted. I'm just going to see how many ruffles we have here. We're only going to start. We're not going to work very far because I think it needs to be E6000. Y'all, we're going to try it with zip ties and with pipe cleaners just to see which one we like more. So I'm going to try it once with put hot glue. Hot glue doesn't stick to metal, friend. I'm going to try it with just one ruffle and see what it looks like. And then we'll try one with 2 ruffles and see what that looks like. So let's just curl our edge. Yeah, so I think you're definitely going to have 2. Because once you pull it tight, it's not going to fit right. Maybe it will, because it's going to push up. Let's just try one, see what happens. Y'all, I did switch to a black zip tie just because I don't know if it's going to show in the center or not. You know what? I'm going to try moving this one down a little bit out to this way. Myra, I would want it flush, personally. This mesh is a heavy foil. It came out of here, so it's really old. Y'all, I think you can get away with one ruffle all the way around. You can't see? Sandy, if you close one eye, squint, pick up one leg, and tap on the top of your head, comes in clear. See? It worked. Y'all, I put the zip tie in backwards. How many of y'all think Connie tried it? All right, let's trim these zip ties. No, I'm doing every hole because I want to make sure the mesh sticks close together. Yo, I think that would work. Just one ruffle all the way around, and no ribbon. Meg said it worked for her. I'm telling y'all, it's like magic. Connie, if it didn't zoom in for you, you have other problems because I literally zoomed in. Yeah, we sell the circles. They're at DecoExchange.com. All right, let's see. We have 3 more. We have 3 more. So we can see. Yeah, if you did it with pipe cleaners, you could add ribbons. Or if you're really good, you could add ribbons before you close your zip tie. I don't think I have any Halloween ribbon right here that I didn't give away yet. I'll just use this one. All right, so let's just take this one. Let's cut. We'll do. Oh, let me just go grab a Halloween ribbon off the wall. Decisions. All right. Just trim these up. So you could use your easy bow maker. Use your easy bow maker. Right? So take your easy bow maker. Make your ruffle. Ruffle it up. Slide that one right in there. Then take your ribbon tails. Give it a good pinch. Add that right in the middle. Then slide it all off together and place that into your zip tie. Tighten it. Spread out your ribbon, and you're ready to go. So you're doing it all in one fast little ruffle. We can't finish. We only have two left, and we have 3 left, and we're out of mesh. And now we got to go in reverse. Because, well, you know what? Let's just leave that ribbon there so you guys can see it. Y'all, you could probably do every other one. Let's do another ruffle. And then we'll add another set of ribbon. Maybe even less than every other. Y'all, when I used to do curl wreaths a long time ago, I would put all 3 curls in the pegs and the ribbon. So I'm thinking we could have put ribbon tails here. So 1 skip to add ribbon tails. That way your ribbon tails aren't like over congested. All right, so we're gonna do another ruffle. I'm pretty sure I don't have any more of this mesh. Looking over there. We're gonna put our ruffle in our easy bow maker to hold on to it. Y'all, we also don't have enough ribbon. Do I have another one of these? Y'all, I would grab the one ribbon that doesn't have any ribbon on it. So I just got a different one. Just so we can see another set of ribbon. Yeah, so if you were gonna do it this way, I would definitely have a lot of blank space on your metal sign. All right, after this one, I'm gonna show you the new signs that we have on the website. Because we're out of mesh and we're out of ribbon. And we gotta put a zip tie in there. So I'm wondering though, if we had done it just around the outside edge, if the mesh wouldn't cover as much of the wreath. Maybe I'll go grab another mesh and we'll cut a few more pieces and check it out. Let me see what I have right here. That's a lot of 21 inch. I need a 10 inch. How do I not have any Halloween mesh here, y'all? All right, so what I want to test is doing it this way. So right now we're putting the zip tie here. Right? So right now we're putting the zip tie here. And it's got really good coverage. But I want to see what happens if we put our zip tie on the outside edge instead of the inside. So let's just cut a few. To see it. I'm thinking we're just gonna need probably 3 and it'll tell enough of the story. Tammy, this is the first character board I've ever done. So the answer is no. Do I sell the mesh? We do, but I'm pretty sure all that mesh is not going to be in stock. All right, so we're going to try 3 here and just see what happens. Also, this is a light foil with edges, so it has a lot less coverage than this mesh. So it may not work at all. You might have to use the heavy foil. To get it to hide the board. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to use something with a little more junk in its trunk. See how the center of the border stripe mesh is completely see-through? So this is pretty, and it is covering less of our sun, but we are getting less coverage altogether. So we have to try something else. Nancy, is the house completely gutted yet? Okay, so the verdict is I do like that it's on the outside because it covers less of our inside, but it's a little too see-through, and I can see the board and the holes. So you would not want to use a see-through mesh for sure. But even something like this, so this would be the same as a light foil. You could try spray painting the board and see if that works. All right, let's try something that has a little bit of filler in it. Y'all, now I just need to know the answer. So we're gonna have to keep trying for a few more. We're gonna be out of holes soon. So if you're shopping, poly burlap would probably work. Heavy foil would work. I would not do anything with no foil in it. We're gonna try 3 more with a different type of mesh, just to see. Even if you added the ribbon, it would still be a little naked with the light foil. So y'all, on the light foil, it wouldn't matter which set of hole we used. I just wouldn't use the thinner mesh, that's all. Yep, fabric mesh I think would work because the fabric mesh is going to have the same filler like this. Honestly, the heavy foil is looking like the winner to me. I'm thinking poly burlap will also do coverage. So we might try a piece of that. Because even this one, I can still really see through it. So I think, you know, if you played around enough, you could get this to covered, but I wouldn't. Let's try. Let's try poly burlap. Would 2 ruffles work? It would, but you're going to use a whole lot of mesh. That defeats the purpose of using inexpensive mesh. My vote so far is only do heavy foil. Y'all, we have 3 places left for zip ties, so we're gonna try 3 of these. And then we'll have our answers. Yeah, I do like it. I would just double it up if you were going to use it. And we'll double it up so you can see. But whenever you double it up, it's definitely going to hide more of your sign. The border stripe is pretty, and I love to do it. I use it on a lot of stuff that just has ruffles. So if I was going to use the border stripe, I'll show you what I would do. Y'all, even the poly burlap is having a hard time competing with the heavy foil. And poly burlap is thick. So the poly burlap is not as flexible as this one, so it's not filling in the space on the inside. Right, so poly burlap is very stiff. So it stayed exactly where we put it, where the heavy foil just kind of fell into where we needed it. Okay, so if you were just dead set on using the light foil with the border edge, I would come back on the inside and add another ruffle. Yeah. I like the heavy foil. Yeah, poly. So the other night we spray painted one of the boards. That ruffle was jank. And the board came out really good. Y'all, and you may get away with just doing every other. On the inside. Because on the inside, that gave us some good coverage, but you lose your sign in the middle. Like at this point, we could have just used an 8-inch center. All right, y'all, this was fun. So now we know heavy foil if we're gonna try this. Let's hide that away so no one ever sees it again. All right, so we do have a new sign bundle on the website. This one is made by Jana, but you get it off of DecoExchange.com, and you get all 5 of these little guys. So I think these two are my favorite. I love the black and white. You guys know that's my thing. But this little guy has a little mouse in his pocket, and it's super cute. Look at his little pocket. So those are available tonight at DecoExchange.com. They will ship to you from Jana. Y'all, so this size is the perfect size whenever you're doing pancake wreaths. How much, Parker? Do you know how much this bundle was?
I think $60.
Huh?
$60 for the fall bundle, I think.
60 for all 5. He thinks.
Open. I don't have it open.
He doesn't have it open.
Someone's gonna email us and say that's not right, I'm sure.
So I don't know how much they are. If you go on DecoExchange.com and put in bundle, I think all the signed bundles will show up. All right, so back to what we started with tonight. What was the name of the company? DecoExchange.com. Here's the flower that we made. Y'all, I like the way the mesh looks in the center. Yeah, we just listed them while we were live today, y'all. Yep, it's a set. You get all of them in the bundle. Harriet says they're 62. Jana says they're 62. Thanks, Jana. Nancy says they're 62. So y'all, I think that someone should take the metal signs like this in a smaller size and make us flower centers. You know, if it was, I don't know, maybe like a 4-inch. Let's look. Just like this size. This is a 5-inch circle. Because then they could, you know, make it look like sunflower seeds, like a sunflower center. They could make it look like all the flower centers. Can be good. All right, y'all. That is it for tonight. We've been live for a long time. We have the fuchsia in stock, the moss green in stock. We do not have this one in stock. And we have a lot of flower boards that you can check out. All right, y'all, have a good night. Oh, we also have the shipping class on Saturday. If you're not joining us, you should check it out. Just go to howtomakeawreath.com. No, not howtomakeawreath.com. Howtoshippawreath.com. You can go to howtomakeawreath.com. That's our blog. Also, if you're ever doing live video, you got to make sure you have this camera angle because it makes you look skinnier than you are. I forgot why I had it set up like this in the chateau. Y'all, we're going to have to change this angle in the warehouse. Parker's looking over the camera like he wants to say something. All right.